and welcome to our first episode of the second season for Frightfully Forgotten. We're starting off with a new beer here. What are we drinking, Adam?
We're drinking my homemade Black Christmas Sorority Stout. If you want the recipe, click the link right up here, I think, around there, hopefully. Today we're starting off our New Year's Season 2 with a sequel. One we used to watch a lot as kids. It's the only one you owned in this super bootleg...
Yeah, the side thing too, it's all makeshift.
Anyways, we're talking about Nightmare on Elm Street 2, which came out in 1985. It's directed by Jack Sholder. Also directed another a good horror movie called Alone in the Dark with Donald Pleasance and Jack Palance.
Yeah. The movie obviously stars Robert Englund, who's reprising his role as Freddy Krueger. It also stars Mark Patton, who plays Jesse! Krueger. He was in Return of the Living Dead, which I think he's probably the most known for, really.
For that, for sure.
Marshall Bell is in this too. He was in Total Recall. He played the guy who hosts like Quanto.
Open your mind.
Listen. They'll shoot him.
The movie starts off, of course, with a dream sequence. Jesse is riding the bus. He looks like shit. The bus just kind of goes off the road into some desert. And it turns out that Freddy is driving this bus. Bus is teetering on these little pillars and everything. It's that cool sequence, actually. He wakes up. It shows a family downstairs eating breakfast, and they're just all...
Yeah.
The little girl's eating the cereal, the Fu Manchus, and then the cover is like some kind of like Chinese Yeti or something.
Yeah, with those fingers. Like, what?
So it turns out the Walsh family has moved into the house from the original movie, which Nancy lived in, and she defeated Freddy in the original movie. Jesse basically keeps having these dreams, these nightmares with Freddy in them. He's slowly possessing Jesse. And a lot of the dreams are super cool. It doesn't rely heavily on a lot of like over-the-top effects and over-the-top ideas. They're very simple. Like, he sees Freddy in the basement there. He's putting all these limbs in
man, that's creepy.
the fireplace, and then when he opens the door to the basement, you just see this big shadow of Freddy.
You've got the body, and I've got the brain. He all rips his head off, just like the toy here. Adam got me this for my birthday.
For that reason.
Yes.
It's got the interchangeable brain head.
Leans more heavily on the fact that Freddy's like this scary character, but you never see him really, you know?
He befriends Grady.
Yeah.
Because they get into a fight during gym class. And Jesse's ass is all hanging out. You'll hear his pants fall down. And his ass is hanging out throughout the whole fight. Schneider comes up and breaks him up, keeps him after school to do push-ups. And the push-ups they're doing are just pathetic. They're just the most... So they bond over their hatred for Schneider, basically. Grady mentions the fact that Jesse moved into this house where Nancy lived in. Yeah. And he doesn't know anything about Freddy. He just says that there was a crazy girl who lived there and her mom killed herself in that house. Krueger plays the dad, keeps insisting,
I want that room
cleaned up now, Jesse. So before Jesse goes on his date, his dad forced him to stay in and clean the bedroom. How do you like that, Dad?
Yeah, he just dumps all that shit in the drawer.
He puts on the glasses, starts dancing. He's closing that drawer with his ass. His girlfriend Lisa shows up, and they catch him in the act. He got some stick, and he's like, grinding with it. As they're cleaning his room, they find Nancy's old diary up in the closet. That's when they realize this guy in Jesse's dreams is real.
Just sort of changes to a scene here where they're just kind of sitting around as a family. That's super hot.
Gallagher's
You know, they keep a bird as a pet, I guess, one of these stupid parakeet things. Yeah. All of a sudden, the bird starts going all nuts. And for some reason, Jesse reaches into the cage and, ow! Dad! Dad! So the bird starts flying around and Krueger takes some broom and like takes out the lamb.
The bird.
That's his face. And then it just blows up. You know what he did? He used a goddamn cherry bomb. That night, he has another dream Or you think he does, anyways. He goes to this gay bar.
Weird hole-in-the-wall S&M.
Who comes up behind him? Schneider. Next scene, they show him he's running laps in the school gym. What kind of jurisdiction does the teacher have now? Schneider, hit the showers.
I guess he's got some weird S&M thing planned. He's getting out the jump rope.
And things start moving on their own. They start firing balls at him. The skipping rope sort of goes around his wrists, and they drag him. No! And it just slowly strings him up around the showers.
Clothes get ripped off.
Oh, yeah. Towels come out. Then all of a sudden, you just see these blades come down right through his back. And
Jesse's standing there
with the glove.
Yeah.
Lisa decides to have a pool party. Lisa's kind of, calls him into the
cabana hut.
They're obviously rich. You're either a poor schmuck or a rich prick. And while they're making out, this big tongue comes out. He takes off and he goes to his friend Grady's house.
Grady's not invited or isn't there. He's sleeping.
And he gets Grady to watch him sleep. Grady ends up just falling asleep himself, right?
Yeah.
It's happening again! Oh, what the fuck's wrong with you, dude?
Oh, and that scene's amazing.
Yeah.
The knives are coming out of Jesse's hands. His whole arm kind of fucking peels, like it's tearing off and stuff. It's super cool.
Show when he opens his mouth and show the eye in the back of his throat. Yeah. And then Jesse's body kind of comes off of like Freddy's.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that?
So he puts on his hat.
The knives through the door.
And the blood.
Yeah, and the blood and coming down like through the door. Like, man, that's some real power. Then at the party, things start going nuts. Like the pool starts boiling. All the hot dogs start blowing up and popping and everything. Freddy's there. You're all my children now.
The dad's all drinking in bed with the mom wearing his sick pajamas. And he comes out with the shotgun. He's completely useless.
Lisa sort of takes it upon herself to kind of do battle with, I guess, Jesse and Freddy at the same time.
Or Jesse or Freddy. You don't really know.
It's always a mystery about who's doing what. Is it Jesse that's doing this, or is it Freddy?
Yeah.
It's a wicked aspect of the movie.
Yeah, I like that aspect of the movie. I think it's one of the only movies where Freddy kind of doesn't kill people in their dreams. He physically comes in the real world and kills people.
Which is scarier.
But he's not really. He's just possessed a guy to do it on his behalf.
The least campy of the sequels.
Which helps Freddy's scariness in this movie. I'd say it's Freddy at his scariest.
Well, he's not a joke.
Yeah.
Right?
He's not doing the one-liners and the...
And he doesn't really even talk that much in this movie either, right?
And when he does, it's creepy. None of this, welcome to primetime, bitch.
When he's playing...
Which has its place, but it's not scary, right?
When he's got the power glove on, he's all, ooh, ah!
So I think it's the last serious Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
For sure, yeah.
I think it's the only Nightmare on Elm Street movie where the main character's a male.
The male isn't that strong of a lead, though,
not
right?
really, yeah.
He's very weak.
He's still a scream queen.
Yeah, exactly. It's very atmospheric, this movie, too, right? Mm-hmm. Rarely ever show Freddy's face.
Being in the shadows makes him more kind of mysterious and creepy, and it kind of hides any kind of silliness or imperfections that the makeup may have. The effects are really, really good.
Oh, the practical effects are wicked in this movie.
Like we mentioned before, the scene where he's turning into Freddy in Grady's room and his arm is like busting open and Freddy comes through his stomach.
Yeah.
And those dogs with the faces look cool.
Oh, yeah.
They're like guarding Freddy's lair.
Yeah, that's right.
I think a well-acted movie.
Yeah.
For a horror movie, like I can't think of a performance in the movie that's bad. Mark Patton, who plays Jesse, is very good. Believable as this poor kid who's like losing his mind or thinks he's losing his mind. I believe that he's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Clue Gallagher, of course, is good in this, as he is in everything.
Oh, yeah.
All he has to do is say something simple, and you laugh, because the delivery is good.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that air conditioner.
Well, apparently the screenwriter intentionally had all these homosexual undertones in the script, which... As a kid, again, watching it, you don't catch on that at all.
No, we never caught on that.
You know, watched it recently. Yeah, this there's a lot of homosexual undertones in this movie. And then we did some research, like, yeah, that's on purpose. Jesse's ass is hanging out in that one scene. You got the Schneider who's making him do push-ups. He's all getting off on it almost. And Schneider's at the gay club. And his relationship with Grady's almost a little kind of... I think Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is, I think, my favorite of all the movies, not even just the sequels.
Yeah. The sequels are kind of... I don't mind the third one, but after that, it's like... But I'll watch this one over and over and over again, more so than the first one even.
I think it's the scariest. It's the scariest of all the movies.
For sure. Even the first one, they go into a little bit of the jokey realm.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's dreams and stuff. But yeah, like this one is definitely creepy with the atmosphere, everything, all the way.
So, please check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. Freddy's Revenge. Shut up, Grady!
You want me to shut up? Shut up!